You know, I like to do that because it's classic illustration of the eye of the beholder. Because I watch the people, when I get a lot of rejection, I assume that there's a lot of Jews out here who don't know what I'm doing, think I'm trying to hit them. Or perhaps there's a lot of quasi-Catholics, missionary-trained Catholics, who have no concept of Catholicism and think that Catholics worship statues and symbols. It's not the case. They were hassling, understand this, a mime group were doing their act in the park, and they didn't have a certificate and they got busted. And some freedom of speech issue. Well, I think they missed one point. They were doing their act in front of the Catholic Church. And, see, on stage, in other words, a stripper in a burlesque house on stage goes, "Here it is, boys, da-da-da," it's cool. But let her do that in the public park on the way home and her ass is in jail. And the reason for that is that the people in the park didn't ask for that. In other words, you can yell fire in a crowded theater if you're on stage, but don't do it off stage. The theater is make-believe, that's where it's at. And I figured out after 4 years why I got arrested so many times. See what happened. It's been a comedy of errors. Here's how it happened. I do my act at perhaps 11 o'clock at night. Little do I know that 11 a.m. the next morning, before the grand jury somewhere, is another guy doing my act who's introduced as Lenny Bruce in substance. Here he is, Lenny Bruce in substance. A peace officer who is trained to recognize clear and present dangers, not make-believe, does the act. The grand jury watches him work and they go, "That stinks." But I get busted. And the irony is that I have to go to court and defend his act. Because he can only defend the complaint. And the judge, who never heard of Lenny Bruce, is going, "No, now hear Lenny Bruce." 6 weeks before the peace officer gets the assignment. And see, well, this relates to the headline that I saw in the Chronicle and also the LA paper. It says, "The Negroes versus the cops." It's about time that the people got hip to something, how the system works in our country. What the cop's position is, what your position is. You see, if you can reduce the whole community to 100 people, the early tribe, the first law is religious law. We all had a simple rule. Okay, the rule, we sleep in area A. We eat in area B, we throw garbage in area C. All agreed, all agreed. Solid. Go to sleep, guy wakes up, gets a face full of garbage. Hey, there was a deal here. I thought it was A, B, and C. Tell all you people having a big party. I'm all alone, I'm sleeping, I got a face full of garbage. It's, well, it's a religious holiday. No, not religion, it's your ass. Oh. Well, that's not too good a rule. And this guy started, the first guy, separating the church and the state. Because in a democracy, the rule has no mercy to it. It's just a rule. It stays constant. It's okay, here's the rule now. A, B, and C, and we're going to enforce the rule because we got to get some sleep. Now we'll hire a cop. Policeman, here's your gig. If anybody throws any garbage on us while we're sleeping, you throw their ass right in the shit house. They live with this garbage, you understand? All right, you take the gig, you do it. So the cop said, "What about if the guy's aunt?" "Well, you don't understand. Aunt your ass. We want to get some sleep. Anybody's aunt, mother, brother gets thrown right in the shit house. That's it. The rule is consistent." Now the other guy goes, "Okay, that's the rule, but I tell you what, policeman, don't kick their ass, throw them in the garbage, but don't do it when I'm around, okay? I'll go in the next room. But if they do it, throw them right in the garbage and keep them there. You see, I can't do it because I'm too nice a guy. And you see, you got to have a certain mentality to do that to people. So I'll wait in the back room and you kick their ass. All right, good. So what happens, the rule gets bigger and bigger, and it goes, okay, nobody on the post office steps, that's the rule. Okay, nobody in the street, that's the rule. Rule, hire the cop. Now, up in Harlem, there's 9,000 people wailing their ass off, sticks and stones. They get a cop with a short-sleeved shirt on and a stick in his hand. And people yelling Gestapo at him. "Gestapo, you schmuck, I'm the mailman. What do you want from me?" Now, here's what goes down. I want to show you this. This is the criminal court, City of New York, Part 2B, County of New York, the people of the state of New York versus Lenny Bruce and Howard L. Solomon, defendants. Okay, and Ella Solomon. For the honorable judges and blah, 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 and this turn. Okay, now, find information filed on April 3rd, 1964. The defendants, Lenny Bruce and Howard L. Solomon, were charged in 2 separate counts, giving an indecent performance in violation of Section 1148 of the Penal Law of New York. Now, that's the grand jury. That was the first bust. That's when the cop did the act for the grand jury, and they said it stunk, and I got busted. The performances, and then a similar violation on April 7th. Beginning of the trial, motions were made to dismiss the information on the ground that Section 1148 of the Penal Law is unconstitutional. At the end of the trial, these motions were renewed, blah, 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 and 2 out of 3. 3 judges, no jury trial, 1 judge dissenting. All 3 performances of the defendant Lenny Bruce were obscene, indecent, immoral, and impure within the meaning of Section 1148 of the Penal Law. While no tape is available as to the first performance, this monologue, according to the testimony, was essentially the same as the second and third performances. In the latter 2 performances, words such as ass, balls, cocksucker, cunt, fuck, motherfucker, piss, shit, and tits were used about 100 times in utter obscenity. Okay, here's how this happens. Now, don't forget, the peace officer is given the gig. He's given the job. Okay, you're going to do Lenny Bruce's act in 6 weeks. I'm not a comedian. What kind of job? That's it. Well, what kind of direction? Do I go to school, a training program? No, what kind of script do I get? You don't get no script. You get a paper and pencil, steal his act. Go ahead. You got the gig. Now, he's a poor cop. He's waiting in the audience, right? He's going to write the act down. Shit, what do you say? No, you missed 50 words. Now, it takes, with the frame of reference of spelling, it would take, to transcribe a tape, about 36 hours. And they have to always come back to me, the people. Now the cop's going to do the act. Before the judge who never heard of Lenny Bruce before. Now, the cop is nervous. You know, I'm not going to get any laughs now. Let's see, I got the one bit, I remember that bit, okay. All right, officer. Well, the suspect entered the platform 11 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember the whole act, Your Honor, but I've made these notes, all right. Through the doctrine of revived recollection, you refresh yourself, look at the notes. Okay. Let's see now, Catholic, asshole, shit, let's see, in the park, and the tits and shit, and Catholics, and the Jews, and shit. That's about all I remember. It's, that's about the general tenor of the act. Those were the words that were used. Is that all of it? No, Your Honor, say no, but he used those words again. Yeah, you said shit a lot of times, and... Okay, now that's not bad enough for the judge. But Dorothy Kilgallen and an Episcopalian priest who saw the show are telling the judge it was wonderful, you had to see it. The judge is saying, you had to see, asshole? Shit, I don't understand what these... He can't figure these people just are well-intentioned do-gooders then. Now you've got another thing cooking. You've got the attorney for the people. You've got the attorney for the defense. Let me tell you something about attorneys. Well, any kind of... The best attorneys are the attorneys that do it every day. And in the administration of criminal justice, they had the broad field. The best attorneys were the Justice Department, a DA that's been with it for 10 years, forget it, coming near him. Because they're working on 4 levels at once. Now, as far as psychologically set up to be really well-adjusted, the DA knows that he's got a client. See, and once you confess to your attorney that you murdered the community, he's going to win. He'll lie his ass off, he's going to win for you. That's the gig. He's not under oath, he wins for the client. And do they win? Ha, ha, ha. Okay, we have a tape recording here. The tape recording is inaudible. However, we made an accurate transcription. Okay. He knows, a DA, that there's 15 eyewitnesses, defense witnesses, who have seen the show, also expert witnesses. He knows they've seen the show. He gives them this transcript. They don't have to look at the transcript really to make sense out of it, because it looks like the transcript. And I'm telling my attorney, this transcript has 2,130 errors. What kind of errors? Well, this punctuation, they're diminished. Wait a minute. I said persons, houses, and papers. They got pussies here. I didn't say that. So my attorney said, well, you said shit. What's it in a pussy hip? There's a lot of difference. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's not the appellate court. I'm building a good record. Now, Dr. Kilgallen, he cross-examines these people, the DA, just on the transcript at the critical time. After all the test... Now, okay, restricted to this transcript, then, you would say that the Lenny Bruce shows are all the things you say they are. Yes. Now, people's witnesses never saw the show. They're giving the transcript cold. First witness, John Fisher, Harper's Magazine. I don't know, it just seems dirty. I just can't make any sense out of it. It's just dirt for dirt's sake. It's just rambling. My attorney, ha, that's our witness. How do you figure that? Because a dummy didn't understand it. Some experts they got. I said, well, I don't understand it either. It's just nonsense. And they understand. The appellate court will understand. All right. Second witness, Reverend Potter from Operation Yorkville. Just a lot of filth. Can't make any sense out of it. I says, hey, you don't understand where they're going. Don't you? The appellate court's going to look at this. They're going to say, can you make any sense of this shit? No. So that knocks out Dorothy Kilgallen and all those people. And there's a difference, you know, between a big piece of art with a little shit in the middle, a big piece of art, a little shit in the middle, a big piece of art, then a big piece of shit with a little art in the middle, a big piece of shit with art in the middle. You don't understand a little art, it's one big piece of shit. That's where we're going, hardcore pornography. So you're going, no, you don't understand. I said, look, the boat's sailing. This is 4 years for me now. I'm telling you. I said, look, I don't want to embarrass you, but I want to testify right now. I want to do the show for the court. You can't testify on the willful changes in the show. You can't do the same show. That goes to the weight of it, man. The materiality, the best evidence rule is the show. I want to do the show for the court. Look, I'm going to sue your ass and put a lien on the file. Look, I don't want to embarrass you, but I got to do the time. You understand? I want to testify. Your Honor, I don't have the ability to relate to my counsel, and I would like to give some evidence to the court. I'd like to testify. The judge says, you best relate to counsel. Now, dig, it's like gaslight. The judge really has my interest at heart, because this is the biggest attorney in the country, and so the judge figures this poor schmuck is now going to knock out his attorney and then screw himself up, but he don't know, the putz don't know what's happening. So I said, well, I can't relate to my counsel. Well, we'll have a recess. Okay, now I chuck the attorney, but it's too late time. Now I figure what I'll do is I'll go to a federal court. Do injunctive proceedings, I'll, restrain it from moving ahead. Now I'm okay in the district court, but the problem is that you have to sue judges. And if I was in the South, I'd have a snap. Because a Southern judge really sees the screw-up of the Northern judge. It's like, the Northerners, we're that liberal that we understand. We'll make the Southerners liberal if we have to knock the shit out of them to do it. It's because the South, well, anybody talks that way, buddy. It's like Lyndon Johnson. He didn't talk for the first 6 months. Because he kept rehearsing him saying Negro-o. Nagra, nigger. It's like a tape recorder. Nagra. Yeah, it's that poor family is cursed. The daughter converting to Catholicism, she said Catholicism back 2,000 years. Really. All the good the Ecumenical Council has done to project an intellectual image, that terrible picture in the white dress, she looked like a Guatemalan slave. She's got a real filament at the wedding staring at him. No, that's impossible. Okay, Dick. So, district court's denied. Now I take it up to Second Circuit. Friendly, Hayes, and Marshall. Now, when you get to the judges on that level, they are really the law. No bullshit. It's like the garbage rule, no bullshit there at all. And by aunt, uncle, forget about it. Now, I got to that court, and the bench is like, it's the longest bench in the world. It's like, and there's 3 judges, and they're way up there. And there's like the desk between you and the court. I really got shook. Yeah. So, there's the Thurgood Marshall said to me, he said, what are you doing over here? You didn't exhaust your remedies in the state court. So he's a Negro, and I think, well, I'll grab him. He'll understand my problem in the state court. I said, Your Honor, what it's like is I'm a nigger in Alabama, and I'm looking to use the toilet, see? And by the time I get the relief, it's going to be too late. See what he says to me, you're no nigger. I said, I know that. It's an analogy. Denied. Now. Comes now, I come back to the coast, I ran out of money, so dig this. Now, an attorney writes me, he's going to take up the Supreme Court of writ of certiorari. That's the first time I got hip to something, that there are attorneys who have a personal interest in obscenity, who are concerned with censorship, which was not my stick at all. I tell them, look, one thing I want to make sure. See this thing I do with this? This was reported as he took the microphone from the stand and he made, well, I'll read it here. During the first performance, Bruce fondled the microphone stand in a masturbatory fashion. Okay, now, that was the same thing in Chicago. Now, what all that is the attorney for the people building this case. Because there's a part of the model penal code test that says, and goes substantially beyond the customary limits of candor in description or representation. So not only did the guy describe, represent, he said jack off, but he did it. That's what he's going. That's where he's going. So I said, make sure to tell him it's gestures of benediction and not gestures of masturbation. I would never make gestures of masturbation because I like I'm concerned with my image, and I know it offends chicks, and you know it frightens them. It's ugly to them. And Dorothy Kilgallen's not going to see some crotch-grabbing hoodlum. I would just never do anything like that. It's offensive. All right. So I said, tell him it's gestures of benediction. Dig the attorney what he does now. He goes, and this is before the Supreme Court now, in his brief. The gestures were gestures of benediction, and they were misunderstood as gestures of masturbation. But even if they weren't misunderstood, here we go. The Kinsey report says that 92% of the men in this country reach climaxes by masturbation. Oh, like that. And that's, you're not going to do that to the court. You're not going to manipulate the law. That's a mistake the ACLU made. It's with Roth. Yes, it's amazing. Here's how syllogisms work. The ACLU are mostly Jews, American Civil Liberties Union. Most of the alleged pornographers are Jews, and the judges that are liberal are Jews. So the syllogism men, well, Jews are pornographers. Here's how it works. The reason that they're concerned with it and liberal with it, and this is really weird, when people are liberal with something, they're ignorant. Because you can always understand something you don't understand. The Jew has no concept that there's a dirty word graph. In other words, F-U-C-K, the Jew doesn't know is worth 90 points, and S-H-I-T 5 points, because both rabbis and priests S-H-I-T. Only one F-U-C-Ks. The Jew, having no understanding of the weight of the word and the statement and all the things behind it, doesn't know it. So because of his ignorance, he's very liberal with it. And understanding, can't understand what the hell's the whole deal about. All right, now here's an example of the bits that were the utter obscenities. Okay, for example, Eleanor Roosevelt and her display of tits. First performance transcript, the third performance at page 27. All right, Jack, this is from an hour show. This went 1 second. And it's really weird. What I was doing, I was just marking time because there were so many policemen in the audience that night. For the Interpol, state police, federal heat, you know. That what I said was kidding. I said that. Oh, I was talking about nays, you know, and the fact that the titty perhaps is repugnant to the people. It's not the word, because Las Vegas, that's the entertainment capital of the world, and the attraction is not a Monet exhibit, tits and ass. I beg your pardon. Tits and ass. You mean to tell me that that's the attraction in Las Vegas, just tits and ass? No, an Apache team and tits and ass. That's why I got to see the Apache team. You mean to tell me Life magazine would devote 3 full pages to tits and ass? Yes, right next to the article by Billy Graham and Norman Vincent Peale. Well, I don't believe you. It's tits and ass. Well, you just can't put tits and ass up in a marquee. Why not? Because it's just, it's good for the Anglo-Saxons, but the Normans are coming. We're trying to get a class crowd here, see. We changed our menu, we took off sheep, we got mutton there, and we went la derriere, because bullshit is fraudulence, tits and ass, and that's where it's at. Can't you just change it to tuchuses and nays? Well, yeah. How about gluteus maximus and pectoralis majus nightly? That's good, Latin's class with ass, I'll buy that. How about the most American girls in the world, American tits and ass, Grandma Moses tits and Norman Rocco's ass? Jerome my ass and win a Buick. I'll make. Now, gluteus maximus is reported as, no, I said gluteus maximus pectoralis majus. They said, have a glorious maximus, and tuchus is nays is pucker up your mayonnaise. Okay. Say again. Now, so then, and the result, I said that Eleanor Roosevelt had the nicest tits of any lady I ever saw. And I saw them by mistake. I was walking at a party, and I walked in the bedroom. Oh, excuse me. You've seen them, haven't you? Yeah. And they're lovely. I never saw such nice tits in my life. You really are lovely. I don't want to be rude, but I've always admired you and your tits. And I admired you for years, even before you had any tits when you were 9 years old. And so long, Nellie. That was the whole bit. That was it. Okay, the second bit was Jacqueline Kennedy is, quote, hauling ass, unquote, at the moment of the late president's assassination. Transcript, second quote. What I said there, this is interesting how they isolate the excerpt. The dominant theme of that bit was about my daughter. That was the point of view, and it started out with that there's always the other side of the coin, and it's very easy to indict, and the fact that the people put the image up about, like, it started with Powers. You know. Powers is a fink. I can indict Powers because I know that I'd never sold my country out. Never, never. With the Russians, I wouldn't care what they do to me. I got the secrets right here, I wouldn't sell it out. Well, they got the other spy, they got his pants down. I don't give a goddamn what they do to him, but I wouldn't sell out. They're putting a funnel in his ass. Oh, what are they heating up that lead for? They're going to have hot lead in the funnel that's in the guy's ass now. For a few dumb secrets, they're doing it. The secret surprise, here they are. It's, I just want a hot lead enema, that's all. It's, you take it, schmucko, that's it. Now, this guy pays the dues because the lie about the stand-up guy brings a lie about police brutality. There is no police brutality, but schmucks who go to the joint, who know that when they get out that they'll be put down by the community, they figure if they can transport the prison image to a war criminal, and the war criminal who refuses to conform gets acceptance, you know, name, rank, serial number, so the schmuck is out. They beat me, they rubber hose and Sam Levine me. Everything, but they wanted names, I didn't give them one name. Schmuck, you're arrested for exposing yourself. Well, I want the names of the other guys anyway, it's, so comes about that lie. Now, I said that I saw at the time, I said in Time magazine, I saw some distortion. I said, I believe when the president was killed and the governor got it, and I said, the old lady hauled ass to save her ass. I saw some different captions in the pictures. Now, the first frame I saw was, the frame of the picture, was when it said there that she was helping the guy aboard, Secret Service man. I said, the guy wasn't lost, he didn't get a medal for being helped aboard the car. And I said, what she did, she hauled ass to save her ass. And the problem with saying that she was helping the guy aboard is that if my daughter ever sat with her husband and he got shot and she hauled ass, she'd always feel low and guilty. That she wasn't like the good woman who stayed. And that people don't stay. No, and you can't make the false image and make my daughter pay the dues then for someone who didn't stay. In fact, what did happen there, I'm sure, is that the chick was panicked and she heard, we've been hit, let's get out of here. Well, she didn't know let's get out of here. She went to split. Solid. Okay, that's where it was at. So that was Jacqueline Kennedy hauling ass. Okay, now. 3, St. Paul giving up fucking. Okay, what I said there, that's how the bit is reported. I said that, I think I said as long as I did the bit, I said that, Sullivan, I said, how the hell did I do that? How Sullivan was introduced, can't forget the bit. It's weird, because I didn't know that was a bit. They put that form there, and then I forget where it started. I think I was talking about the fact that the Jews lost, 4 years ago, my concept of Catholicism was that it's a rich, rich church and there's poverty, so there was hypocrisy. So I started really getting into it and digging it to understand that the reason for the rich, rich church is to attract somebody that doesn't understand dominant theme. In other words, you kind of give somebody something material. And since the church is merely an institution of learning, a raggedy-ass guy will not go into a raggedy-ass temple. So I'm living in a shithouse. What I got going with? So I have to get something that he understands. And I said, the Jews of my generation lost their God because we didn't understand the language. And for children, you got to give them something they like or understand. And if the rabbi has got chicken soup in his beard and scares the shit out of you, forget about it. And the Christian God is all over. As a kid, you can see me. Something, you liked your God. That's right. You liked him and you knew him. If you don't know him, where's God? Jewish God is in a little box in a mezuzah. He stands on a slant. Where's God? He's in there. The dopey super painted him. Hey, Pollock, what are you paying God for? I told you 20 times, don't pay God. Don't do us no favors. You ruined him. He's not brown. Should we open it up? No, are you kidding? It's hiding in there from all the Jewish onion roll breath. Jewish, the reason Ruby did it, I'm sure. When I was a kid, I had tremendous ambivalence. I resented Christians my age who could fight. I had no balls for fighting. I disliked them for it, but I admired them for it. There's always that conflict. And it wasn't a big problem in the neighborhood I came from because there were a lot of Jews, and my elders were not concerned with duking. Ruby is Texas. 90-year-old guys with cowboy hats on. And a Jew is a tailor. What went on in his mind, I know, is if I kill the guy that killed the president, the Christians will go, what guts he had! A Jewish Billy the Kid rode out of the West. Saved us all. But he didn't know, that's just fantasy, but his grandmother told him all those lies about the Christians and the fighting. In fact, even the shot was dopey. It was really a typical Jewish shot, like a knock shot. Like. And the shot didn't make it. Really weird. Okay, an accident victim who lost a foot in an accident who made sexual advances to a nurse while in the ambulance taking him to the hospital. Okay, but that's it first. I said there's a big difference between men and ladies, and that a lot of marriages went south because chicks didn't know that no guy ever cheats on his wife, or ever has. Because cheating to a guy means you never see him again. But cheating is it's the lady's view. In other words, guys don't cheat because what cheating means is to lady is going to dinner and dancing and kissing on the mouth and being together. Guys can detach, and ladies can't. That's why they don't understand that guys are different. In other words, ladies are creatures of emotion, all one emotion. A lady can't go through a plate glass window and go to bed with you 10 seconds later. When they don't feel good, they don't feel good. Really, and this. But guys can have head-on collisions with Greyhound buses, disaster areas. 50 people ain't dead on the highway. On the way to the hospital in the ambulance, the guy makes play for the nurse. She goes, how could you do a thing at a time like that? I got hot. Who got hot? How could he get hot? His foot was cut off. I got horny. I don't know. He's an animal. He got hot. That moron got hot. Well, I'm an animal, so I'm an animal. They're not animals. They're just different. And they say, well, you come from a carnal culture and you can best report that culture. Well, I tell you that the rebut to that is the fact that, well, it's against the law to do it to animals, and there are no Jewish farmers. That was a common law crime. And to codify it, there must have been a lot of complaint. That wasn't newspaper claim, the sheep aren't safe in Sacramento, no. A lot of complaint. That's what kind of law are we going to have? Let's see. Don't throw it in health and welfare for don't do it to the Baba and others. We don't have to mention each animal. Law doesn't have to be that precise. The warning marks are there. That's where it's at. So if you know this about guys, if you came home and you found your husband sitting on the bed with a chick or a chicken, it's that stupid to get angry at him. I want to leave him. A chicken! Don't talk to me. Just leave me alone. I'm not angry, but leave me alone, that's all. A chicken. You want dinner, get your chicken together for you. I'm not... how come you're home early? Your chicken left town, huh? I don't know the chicken. I was drunk. I met her in the yard. What do you want from me? I just did it to make you mad, that's all. That's reported seemingly sexual intimacy with a chicken. 7, quote, pissing in the sink and pissing from a building ledge. Okay. What I said was, I said, if anyone in the audience has committed the terrible sin that I've committed once in your life, we're looking now for the jurors. This is our 17th preemptive challenge, looking for one juror who hasn't committed the same crime as the defendant. One time in life, pissed in the sink. Juror number 7025. Well, I can't answer the yes, no. Can I enlarge upon it? Actually, it wasn't a sink. It was a broom closet, and they were destroying the building the next day, and I had leukemia and gangrene. And there were kids down the end of the hall there. They were sleeping or sick, and I didn't know. What am I going to do? Am I going to ruin my foot, see, and cost my government money, wake up those kids, or am I going to piss in the sink, you know? I was a challenge, I tell you. And besides, I had a roommate who was psychotic. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I figured, what the hell? I don't know, piss in the sink, right? Just about to make it, the guy woke up. What are you doing? Oh, I was washing my leg. Why? You were doing what I thought, you know, I break your jaw. What's that? I wouldn't do that. What, are you kidding? I gotta wash my face in there. I break my jaw, that's really weird. Why don't you get some sleep? No, I'm up now. Now the real guy really has to make it. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? What's that? I'm going out in the ledge and get some air. It's a 15th story, what the hell, all right? Now he's out on the ledge, and he's away from this nut there. He's just about to make it. A priest grabs him. "What are you doing, my son?" "Oh, you scared me, Father." I take a pee. That's all. My roommate is weird. It's, keep checking for me. "You're trying to kill yourself." "No, Father, I'm saying my roommate's a weirdo. That's going to break my jaw. Is that insane? Keep checking for me, all right? Dominus vobiscum me spiritu. Father, I'm not lying there. Really, I got to pee. That's all. Honest. Okay, now the father disappears. The guy looks down there. He sees ambulance, fire trucks, ladders, nets. "All right, lean toward the wall. Don't jump." "What, you going to wake up my roommate?" "Shut up, I'm not jumping there." "All right, what nationality are you?" "Come on, shut up. Will you stop that and cop a walk?" "I will have your mother on the microphone soon." "What's your mother? Come down, son. Don't kill yourself." "Ah, I'm not trying to kill myself. I just got to pee, that's all." "I'm Mulligan from Homicide. What the hell are you doing up here?" "I got to take a pee." "So pee. I can't. I'm scared. Can't pee in front of anybody." "But you're lying. You're trying to kill yourself." "I'm not trying to kill myself. I got to pee. So pee. I can't pee in front of anybody. I can't even. I can't because the door's open. The world is open. I can't, because you're a liar. Run the hoses, run the water, then you can be. All right. That's the worst sound in the world to most people, and that toilet flush noise finishes before you do. And of course, you know, the American Airlines, TWA, all the places, the public, you know, where the toilets are, it's the one toilet, the free toilet that has all the disease in it. That's where you get all the diseases are, the one you have to pay the nickel for. Yeah. Okay, you have to go in there. That's where they go. The diseases go. Well, the free toilet's where the diseases. Okay. Let's see now. Mildred Babe Zaharis in the Dyke Profile of 1939. Okay. During the first performance, Bruce fondled the microphone in masturbatory fashion. Second performance, while telling an act of exposure, Bruce turned his back to the audience and moved his hand outward and upward from below his waist in an obvious and crude pantomime of an act of exposure and masturbation. Okay, what I said there, I said that first I said that I've never had the nerve to ever talk to any strange lady, ever, without being introduced. And I think the reason for that is the training that I just got, not through instruction, of listening to my mother and my aunt. They came home every day telling about stories about guys who, behind the bushes. There was a combine of perverts that their whole lives were dedicated to exposing themselves in front of my aunt and my mother. "Yoo-hoo, lady, here we are." Every day, 15, 20 guys. "Yeah, bus driver. Woo-hoo, lady, Mrs. Kitchenberg." All these people waiting behind the bushes. Find the schmuck in the bush. I told my aunt, "Look, Mima, it's not the perverts. Get rid of the goddamn bushes, that's all. Remove the bushes." That's where it's at. All right. Now here comes the misreading. The dominant theme of the performance appealed to the prurient interest and was patently offensive to the average person in the community, as judged by present-day standards. The performance was lacking in redeeming social importance. Again, this is very strange. What this is a misreading and misplacing of about 3 Supreme Court opinions. The average person is not a test for the jurors of the court. The only reason the average person is ever put into the Model Penal Code test was it came from a case called United States versus One Book Ulysses. They said when judging, you'll judge by the person with the normal average sex instincts. So, in other words, the sensualist or the fattest won't be the test. In case like some guys who get horny smelling roses, you know, or the most corruptible in the community. Person with the normal average sex instincts. Okay, now you're talking about the patently offensive to the average person in the community, as judged by present-day standards. The performances were lacking in redeeming social importance. Now, what the misreading there is they assume that redeeming social importance is a defense to a prosecution. It's not. It's an element of the crime. Now, you don't come up with, look how many redeemers I've got. Yeah, what makes it a crime is that it's utterly without any redeeming social importance. That makes it hardcore pornography. And I just a word now about the misuse of the art critic, especially the newspaper critic, in court, out of court. Out of court, a favorable newspaper review of any art form really redeems it for this reason. When the Chronicle advertises it, it's not hardcore pornography. Because the Chronicle, or any major newspaper, has the public interest more so than in court. In court, you're restricted to adults. But what happens, the newspaper delegates this section, and the subscribers look to the newspaper. And the newspaper does not send them to dirty shows, nor does it tell them the wrong weather. No, the Chronicle says, by the Chronicle advertising, here's where it's at, that's where it's at. And the Chronicle, the Court Bulletin, are not schmutz papers. So the redeeming social importance when they get these battle of the experts is ridiculous, because all the expert is to come to court to tell the court whether it's art or not. This is to keep some schmuck from sticking his finger up his ass saying, this is art, you don't know, this is art. Now, no critic is going to come to court and say that's art. No, not a recognized critic, no. The only reason the critic is to identify it, not if it's good art or bad art, because we don't punish untalented artists in our country. Is it art or is it bogus? Because if you start grading, then you'd end up the court, this position court. We have two books here. We've got Lady Chatterley's Lover, which is a classic masterpiece, D.H. Lawrence, and Tract Home Chippy. Now, the appellant seeks a protection that the D.H. Lawrence masterpiece got, because he says they've got two couples in each book, so the story's the same, but they're not the same. Because when you go to the bedroom scene with D.H. Lawrence, the man has had a carry. I mean, there's silk sheets, Liebestraum, champagne. Now, Tract Home Chippy, it's a wedding night and they're both virgins. It's disgusting. Now, the D.H. Lawrence couple go back to them and another chick has joined the party. He has had to really tell a good horny story. Tract Home Chippy, they've never made it before, and it's just disgusting. I mean, the guy wore no contraceptive and is conveying a semen before the penetration, sex in its lowest form to have children. Now, you read that in the transcript. Imagine the peace officer doing that. Okay, now, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the monologues were not erotic. They were not lust-inciting, but while they did not arouse sex, they insulted sex and debased it. That's the schmucky D.H. Lawrence cop-out. And for it, surely prurient is not the limited meaning of lust-inciting, otherwise a picture or a film could escape the ban by being so disgusting, blah, blah, blah. No, it doesn't have, it's limited, it's not restricted to that, but it must embrace that. And E. from London, Esquire, who represented, dig this, the authority, my attorney. E. from London, Esquire, who represented the defendant, said during the trial, it is not always what arouses sexual desire that's considered obscene. One of the opinions of our court has been that what is obscene is what insults sex and debases it. And it's, here it is, oh yeah. Surely the latter is not an unlawful act, it may be an emetic, it's not an aphrodisiac. Now, dig is a beautiful misreading of the law. I've seen this in three opinions. Because as a part of the code that says sex, nudity, or excretion, some reason they thought excretion had to do with fecal matter, which it does not. In fact, humans don't excrete fecal matter. Only plants and animals do. We secrete it. And how I know that they thought that meant caca is because they thought that emetic had something to do with enema. How I know that ties up because it's a scatological reference and that doesn't mean shit. But Bruce's performance clearly insulted sex and debased it. There was a series of, they were devoid of any cohesiveness. There were a series of unconnected items that contained little of social significance. They were chaotic, haphazard, and artful. And they talk about the Supreme Court, people were swindling, and the owner is equally guilty, and blah, 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 and Oliver Shulman, the defendant. Ella Solomon's participation was more limited, being essentially confined to assisting her husband. This is very strange. The owner of the club gets busted for presenting me. That's here. 5 days later, his wife says, I'm the owner, take me. She gets busted, okay? Now, for the first arrest, the owner is found less guilty than the man who presented, and the second time, the wife is found not guilty. Now, see, that's why the doctrine of reasonable doubt doesn't apply in obscenity cases. The reason for the law is that they knew that one guy would come from the country, this original law, who was unsophisticated. He would go to the city and he would see a very horny show, or read a horny book. He would get horny and rape somebody who didn't read the book or see the show. So they said, let them gain, we got to cool it. A brief word now about some dummies in our country. Alaska. The Alaskans are, you know, like the bad kid in school, you give them some responsibility. We gave them statehood, and they haven't gotten off their ass. National Geographic pissed away $2 million on those people. And they have one image, a schmuck in front of a shack holding a fish. That's what's there. And there's another nonsense thing that hookers get $500 a second for talking to guys. You might be caught, then there's 6 million stranded whores waiting to talk. What the hell's the deal? They're supposed to talk to people. 6 million whores and Admiral Byrd. You don't go for a quarter. That's class rock. Some shingle salesman hustler did this to me. You put rock in here, the people come in, that's money. How come? Are you kidding? Vegas, rock. They walk in, they know. I'll try half a wall, I'll see how it goes, that's all. This is craftsmanship. Then the brother-in-law came in on the deal. Then, shit. This is called the easy way out. This is when he really rationalized, the people want shit, they don't know the difference. Them shit, that's what they want. Chicago. Chicago, 1960, 62. Mr. Kelly's ringside. Guys that are tough, really stark. There's guys who wear wool suits with no underwear. They're talking while I'm working, and they sound like tape backwards. This is Toledo Daddy, Milwaukee Phil. This is Mr. Schwartz and blah, 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 blah. Okay, now these guys, you know, what the hell comedian, Lenny Bruce, these guys are talking, he doesn't rap to them. No, forget it. These guys, they dissolve partnerships with no litigation whatsoever. I go, hey, what happened to the partner that you had last year? He drowned. In February? Yeah. Couldn't he swim? Yeah, couldn't get out of the car. So when Shelley Berman's working, he doesn't know these guys. He does his act. These guys are talking. He gets bugged. They're talking and eating. What the hell's the matter with you? Why don't they shut these hoodlums up? Lucky for him, they didn't hear that. Physiologically, they heard it. But psychologically, no one would ever talk to them the other way, so it's a complete cutoff. As a manager, you want to throw these bums out. Now, who should know it's a dangerous table? If the owner is in the back of the room by the door going... and he's Jewish. Now, he keeps zinging away. Shelley comes up with the line, these guys here, unfortunate for him. Look, why don't you shut up, you goddamn mafia? These guys do dinosaur takes. Okay, there's two owners there. The one owner's got another joint in Miami called the El Patio. He passed away since the owner. This guy is 6'6", no neck, 330 pounds, and he had a dual function. He was also an organizer for the union. What he did, he beat the shit out of all the Cubans and made busboys out of them. That was his organization of the union, okay? Now, he's got a star sapphire in his head that are the same size. And he's sitting, he looked like he dressed up, very intelligent, listening, very intelligent, right? This guy was so tough. 6 months after he died, the bartenders didn't steal in case it was a trick. Yeah. Anyways, at the time, I was very involved with integration, and I was doing a bit that really walked the wire, you know. And there was 4 Southerners to my right who didn't agree with my point of view. So this chick really gets very hostile, and I look around, she takes an old-fashioned badge, she goes, bing! So it hit me, I said, oh, it's a weird heckler now, okay. When I got the glass, I went, oh, Christ, I hope Barney's not in the room. But sure enough, I turn, I see him in the corner, Roby the Robot. Oh, God, okay. Now, these 2 guys and the 2 chicks, they're good and juiced. They get to the door. Now, this is interesting about understanding, comprehension. This guy, born in South Philly, raised in the Bronx, is at the door first, stark. Here comes 2 Southerners. They come from maybe St. Augustine. They've lived in that area. He says to them the most insulting thing in the world to South Philly, but they don't even hear it. He goes, hey, you motherfucker, what are your sunglasses? What? What the hell they say? What are your sunglasses? What are your sunglasses? What are your sunglasses? What are you throwing? Why are you throwing glasses? But even if they got the import of it, then they have to realize that that's not a question. That's just a preface for a good punch. Pop! Then a wife gets punched, it's just terrible, bitten on the face, a lobotomy and a chest x-ray. Now he throws them out, now he's waiting. I'm saying, well, why don't these people leave? They get in the cab, they lock the door, the guy gives Barney one of these things and laughs. Yeah, ah! Barney punches the cab, boom, and stops it. So the driver got out. Who punches cabs? The medallion is bent. You're going to call up the company. We cover for punching. You know, it's really a beautiful fate for foreign film. To see those people in the back seat turning gray, like, ooh. Oh, yeah, just, I think that what's happened with the crime, you know, there's no more of those kind of cats, and maybe what happened is that there's no crime. The economy is way up. welfare is up, and a strange thing has happened. Economy up, welfare is up, and you don't need $200 suits anymore. It's no diamond rings. The Volkswagen is in. So maybe the crime, well, it's like narcotics. I'm sure that the reason that opiates are against the law, they're a deterrent to the people because it makes schleifers out of the people. And knowing that they're goof-ups and that through the intemperate use of drugs, they lost the power, the will, self-control, they're completely out of it. They're not organized people. So you know that in 1950, I guess if there's perhaps 10,000 dope fiends in the state and only 50 narcotics officers, today I'll bet you there's a good 6,000 narcotics officers and 2 dope fiends left. And niling, testing, schnapping on Rappelman stations. Yeah. Hey, they give you the same schlepping the dopey dope fiend around. Okay, now we're not after you, we're after the seller. They got 4 dope fiends. The federal gets them, the state takes them, and the city gets them. Okay, I'll be the seller this week, you're the doper. Okay. And the schmuck is waiting in the rest. Okay, well, he was a Puerto Rican, he had a green car. Airplane glue. Airplane glue. Kid is 6 years old, played by George McCready. And it's a prison film now. Charles Bickford, Barton McLean, Georgie Stone, Frankie Darrow, Warrenheimer, Nat Pendleton, and the woman across the bay, Anne Dvorak. Had 2 hooker friends, Iris Adrian. And a word about hookers that they're very disappointing, always. Because Jews are always hungry after they shtup and there's nothing in the icebox. Hookers' icebox is a club soda and that's it. Nothing to eat, huh? The orchid, all right, wait then. Now the Tower of the Warden, Hume Croon. And you got 18 men, prison guards. There's one guy got a steel plate in his head. They're sitting on the rooftops with magnets, picking him up. Bing, bang. The warden. All right, Dutch. This is the warden. You've got 18 men down there, prison guards, who serve me faithfully. Give up, and we'll meet any reasonable demands you guys want, except the vibrators. Can you hear us? Yada, yada. Yada, 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 warden. Never mind those Louis Armstrong impressions. Give up, you're a rotten, vicious criminal. Now the handsome but mixed-up prison doctor, Sabu. Don't cuss them, warden. I like you, don't you know that? Don't you know that the rents of Rancho will cuss you and hurt you? I like that. Get out of here, spick asshole, leave me alone. Don't talk to me that way. You jab, you jab. Will you stop bugging me, Dutch? We're gonna start killing soon. Yada, yada. Shut up, you putz. I got a headache, yada, yada. I need with these people. Just kill them. Kill about 20 down there. It'll shape up. Just a moment. My father's indicating I ought to get down there. Not you, Father Flotsky. Father, you don't understand it. These guys are monsters. On every mattress, they got a knife and a gun. Some you seem to forget, don't you, that I think stronger than knives and guns. You mean, that's right, jiu-jitsu. And that's it. Now, you make a mistake, Father Flotsky. The first cell now, death row. What a boy! How the Jew and the Negro got into show business. The Negro had a boss that worked him very hard. And he figured, how can I beat the boss out of a couple hours work a day? I'll say, I'm sick now, I get back to work. Bullshit. Some kind of gimmick. Mm-hmm. Oh, my Lord. Mm-hmm. Hey, I didn't know you guys could sing. Mm-hmm. Hey, put the hoe down. Let me hear that again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, get some wine. A little bite. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now the weeds are going over the farm there, and they just sang their ass off the farm. Mm-hmm. Now, the Jew had a hipper boss. The Egyptian, you couldn't bullshit that easy. No. But they kept working at it, the Jew, and he kept working at it. And they go, oh, that bullshit, thank you. I understand Jewish. I know you're saying next room. But the Jew kept working at it, so that was his expertise. Never carried over. He got so charming that the Egyptian said, you know, these Jews got bullshit that don't quit. I mean, I know it. Hey, let's go watch the Jew be charming. Do that charming stuff for us. It's really good. It's an act. It's terrific. Now the Jew has got the show business entertainment field knocked up. Now he's making images, what he likes, he dislikes. Have you ever seen one Jewish bad guy in the movies? Never. Who's the bad guy? The Irish drunk. That's the image he makes. Now, you follow the Jew and the Italian from New York to here. They assimilate. It's amazing. They just disappear. The noses, names, clothes. You follow them from New York. Where'd he go? But Syrians, forget about it. You dump them in oil, they still come up with the long eyelashes, very tough people. Yes, sir. We gwine up to heaven, Master Buck. We gwine up to heaven here in the death row. You schmuck usher here with his flashlight, too, this way, sir. Yes, we're gwine to heaven. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. They're going to put a rope around my neck. They're going to hang us. Don't worry, Master. It ain't so bad. What do you care? You niggas are used to it. You're always getting lynched. I ain't never had it before. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Don't worry, Master Buck. We gwine up to heaven and find out what a gwine is. I don't want to go. When I got a chair, there's the door. There's my comb wang, my mezuzah fritz. I don't want to go in there. I don't know what to do. Don't sit down, Martha. Shut up. Putz with those jokes, yep. Back to the yard with Father Flotsky. Hello, Dutch. You don't remember Father Flotsky now, do you, son? Give the gun to Father Flotsky now. You're not a bad boy. Killing 6 children doesn't make anybody bad. Give the gun. Yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. You're right, he's a goddamn nut. He tried to give me all that Rosicrucian horse shit, you know. Thought it no good. All right, Dutch. You got 2 seconds. You gotta listen. I'm not listening to nobody. I'm not listening to nobody in this whole stinking rock prison war. Nobody. Dutch, listen to me, Bobby. Who is that? Who is it? It's Kiki, the hospital attendant. Give up and make a life for us. Kiki, I'm going to give it all up to you. Woo! You're polished. He's giving it all up for me. Did you hear that, all you bitches in cell block 11? Did you hear more than I heard them? Are we going to get her demands? What do you want? The gay bar on the West Wing? Dig. A councilman in L.A. really cracks me up. I think that the reason, the original rule, why no faggot, was that they wanted you to build a family, and that was against, to build a family, because you waste this, and it's not going into anything constructive. Okay, so knowing that that's the original rule, why, a homosexual practice, that it was a deterrent to the tribe, when I read in Los Angeles, a councilman says, vice war. He's out to clean up the male prostitutes. Solid, but dig, this qualification. He says that he's not after the respectable homosexuals, the couples are living together. What? He's after the tramps in the bars. The married couples, listen, respectable, but those bums. Really good. I'm going to try to take this mic now. One more little bit for you. Towards preposition. This is a bit I did in 1961 at the jazz workshop. There were 200 people there, and 2 were offended. 2 peace officers, and they did the act with Judge Axelrod, and to as a preposition, come as a verb, to come. The infinitive form of the verb, the verb intransitive. I've heard this verb intransitive. That's real Shakespearean actor. He looked at her apprehensively, sat down gingerly. I've heard this verb intransitive my whole adult life, especially when I was a kid, sleeping on the mohair couch. When you're a kid, when your aunt and uncle are staying over, it's like really jumbled. You had, did you come good, 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 you come good. What are they saying? Did you come good, you come good? Did you come good, did you come good? Hey, hey, did you come good, did you come good? Comes now in pro-par, did you come good? It's Tennessee Ernie Ford up there. Did you come good, did you come good? After being married for 22 years, I sure do love you. I come better with you, sweetheart, than anyone in the whole damn world. Come too quick, that's because I love us damn much. Everyone else in the world, I was okay, but my own wife, I spend my life apologizing. I just can't wait for you. I tried everything. Thing getting killed on the freeway, eating garbage, every damn thing. Just can't happen. A phrase that will certainly go out, and I'm sure now that the pills are in, any young person that would ever hear this phrase would wonder what the hell they're talking about. Don't commit me, mimmy, mimmy. That was another generation. Don't commit me, don't commit me. Don't commit me, mimmy, mimmy. Don't commit me, mimmy, mimmy. Don't commit me, mimmy, mimmy. And the way will go, you-hoo-hoo. I can't come, don't ask me, because you don't love me. Italians and Jews used to hit their old ladies. They were never punchers, but they were wrist grabbers. And if you were married to an Italian, they were very tough to get away from. Oh, yeah, you had to start 10 years earlier. Look, Rocco, there's nobody else. I want you to know that. I just want to get away from and think. But there's nobody else. I want you to know that. I think I'll go to a nunnery. I can meditate. Maybe the chick gets away. First week, maligning the old lady's reputation. That's the activity sheet. Blah, blah, blah. Didn't tell you what a piece of shit she was. She was a lesbian. I didn't tell you that about her, did I? Blah, 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 calling up her mother. Hello, Mrs. Connors, this is Rocco. You want to know what a cunt your daughter is? I'll tell you what a nice person she is. And blah, 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 the credit cards and bullshit, blah, 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 blah. And I got the kids. That tramp, she'll never see those kids again. I love those kids. I got custody. She'll never see them because I love the kids. They're with my parents. Now he misses her. I calls her up. Look, Barry, the only reason I called you left some of your shit over here. I don't know, a handkerchief, a glove, a Kleenex, or something. Listen, I'm going to come over. Maybe he comes over. Maybe it's kissing time, hugging time, in bed time, after time. The after time is a critical time in reconciliation because there's what chicks don't know, that guys are asking for something they don't want to hear about. Hey, look, Barry, when we broke up, did you make with a lot of guys? Don't be silly. It's what you got in your mind. I didn't make it with anybody. Come on, don't bullshit me. I'm not going to get mad. We were legally separated. What the hell? I made it with a lot of chicks and you made... Look, tell me, I'm not going to get mad. Who'd you make it with? I didn't make it with anybody. Come on, don't bullshit. I'm telling you, I'm not going to get mad. I want to know just for the heck of it. Don't tell them. Don't cop out, deny it. If they got pictures, deny it. Tell some faggot hairdresser, that's all. And you bullshit, got pictures here. You were laying on the couch with the guy. We were seeing who was taller, you idiot. Because if you do cop out, you rue the day. I'm not going to get mad. Tell me who. Him? Phew. That's a shock, huh? I mean, I don't give a shit, but, you know why it's shock? Because you told me you didn't like him. You told me you didn't want him over the house. How could you make it with him? That disgusting piece of shit, you cunt. Pow! Peace bond, schlep away time. I'm going out in the street now and into my first customer. Could you open the door there, and I'm going to... Excuse me? Let's reach in. Oh, thank you. You like a filthy show? Come on, got a girl's everything. Oh, you like a girl? Want a girl for the night? Oh, how are you? There's the owner here. I'm going to arrest the both of us now. We're going to get busted this first. Hello there. The fellow there, how are you? You've been in trouble, haven't you? A few times. Yeah, well, this man here is an ex-Marine here. I'll get the boss killed yet. Hello, the lady with the balloon. You're at the Red Balloon, I assume. The Hotel Golden Eagle, the hooker in room 3C. Hello, how are you? The Dirty Lenny in here. Dirty Lenny is going on soon. The pornographer. I'll see you. I'm going out now. How are you? The young lady with the marijuana eyes. Later. I really dug working with you, and good night. And the Will Rogers once said, I never met a dyke I didn't like, and good night. That's it.